What is relationship? The very word implies being in contact with another. Not physical contact, not sexual contact. That's, you all know. But to be in contact, mentally, emotionally, psychic, inwardly, to be in contact with another. So that there is no division in that contact. You understand? That is relationship. But we haven't got that contact. You are ambitious, and the wife also is ambitious. You want this and she wants something else. She may be right and you may be wrong. She wants to live in a marvelous house and you say, please, for God's sake. She wants to be popular and you don't care. You're a scholar, a professor in your own little groove, and she has also. So you never are in contact with each other, except sexually. Right? This is a fact. So why? And you call that relationship. One image about, your image about her, her image about you. You're not kind, you're brutal, you're this, you're that, and, you know. So, where does love come into all this? You understand my question? When one says to one's wife, I love you, what does it mean? If you ever say it. I don't know if you say it at all, I doubt it. But if you do say it, what does it mean to love another? Relationship means to love another. What does that word mean? We use that word in advertisements. You see it, I love Coca-Cola. Or I love this and I love that. I love God. I love my Guru. What does that love mean? Is it based on reward and punishment? Look at it, sirs. Because for we are always caught between the two, reward and punishment. I follow the Guru because he's going to promise me heaven. Give me comfort. I don't do this because it's going to punish me. So we're caught in this. Is relationship a reward and punishment process? Is love a movement of that? So think it. Or we never meet. Your wife and your husband never, except physically, never psychologically meet. And because we never meet, there is conflict. Right? That is to meet your wife or your husband, your children, your neighbor, at the same time, at the same level, with the same intensity. That's love. You understand this? Oh, do you understand this, sir? Not physically, I don't mean that. To meet somebody, you must meet him, if he is also willing, at the same time, at the same level, with the same intensity. Then that is relationship. But if you are ambitious, you follow that path, becoming noble, ignoble, all the rest of it. And she also follows another path. You naturally, you may be married, have children and all the rest of it, but you never meet. And that breeds a sense of desperate loneliness. Don't you know all this? When I have no relationship with anyone, with my wife, with my boss, with my foreman, when I have no relationship at all with anybody, because I am self-centered, my actions are self-centered, my wife is also self-centered. So when that self-centeredness, the lack of relationship, brings about great loneliness. And discovering that loneliness, then we make out of that loneliness into a problem. What am I to do when I am lonely? Right? And your brain is ready to solve the problem. But you never rest with that loneliness. You never inquire the cause of it. So where there is love, there is no loneliness. Unless you love your wife, she's the most extraordinary, or your husband, whatever it is, where there is love in your heart, then there is no problem. Because you haven't got it, you have 1,000 problems. Having stated that, don't make it into a problem. Look at the fact. The fact is that we are not sensitive, that we don't have the depth of beauty. Not pictures, painting, no, I don't mean that. The depth of beauty. And the fact is that we don't love. To look at it, to remain with it, to see that is so. Not evade it, not try to rationalize it. It is so that I don't love my wife. You know what that means to say that to yourself? You should cry. I want to cry for you. So, sir, it's like two parallel lines never meeting. And therefore increasing conflict, day after day till you die. And to see the fact that there is no love in your heart, to have the mind in your heart, mind in your heart, not the heart in your mind. You see the difference? Because we are so clever. We'll make love, we think love then can be achieved, cultivated. Love is not something to cultivate. Either there is or there isn't. If there isn't, look at it. Hold it. See, realize what you are without love in your heart. Your one just then becomes a machine, insensitive, vulgar, coarse. Only concerned with sex and pleasure. So please, I am not harassing you. I am not scolding you. I am just pointing out what has happened to you. Your knowledge, your books have destroyed you. Because love is not bought in the books. It doesn't lie with knowledge. Knowledge and love don't go together. When you say, I know my wife, that's your knowledge, which is your image about her. That knowledge is put together by thought, and thought is not love. So having stated all this, do you have love in your heart? Or is it something romantic, nonsensical, impractical, valueless? It doesn't give you any money. That is so. So having heard all this, is there a comprehension of the depth of that world? So that your mind is in the heart. And then you'll have right relationship. When you have right relationship, and which means love, you can never go wrong. You can do what you like, then everything is right. Right, sirs.